In this class, we see the organizational structure of Life Insurance Corporation. As we know that the Life Insurance Corporation has been established in the year 1956, and to perform the functions, the LIC has a committee consisting of 15 members is appointed by the central government. One of these members is also appointed as chairman. So the committee comprising 15 members is appointed by the central government or national government. Among the 15 members, one of them is appointed as the chairman to that committee. The organizational structure of Life Insurance Corporation of India has a four-tier structure. LIC has four-tier structure. The four tiers are central office, zonal offices. There are 7 zonal offices. Divisional offices. There are 100 divisional offices. And branch offices, there are more than 2000. So it has 4-tier structure. One is central level, next is zonal level, third is divisional level, and the fourth is branch level or branch office level. The central office is to perform the activities relating to investments, framing and administering the rules and laws of corporation, branch offices carry out almost 90% of the functions related to the policy holders. So most of the policy matters and most of the formulation of the administering rules and laws of the corporation, almost all are framed by the central office. There are 7 zonal offices and 100 divisional offices which are established on the basis of geographical areas. They are discharging their coordinating functions relating to the central offices and zonal offices. The central office of Life Insurance Corporation of India is located in Mumbai. There are several executive committees appointed by the government of India from time to time to review the activities of the Life Insurance Corporation of India. So the LIC central office is located in Mumbai, and there are several committees appointed by the central government from time to time to review the activities of LIC of India. Yes, now let us see the organization at central level. The central office of the corporation is a policy making and coordinating body, and its direct executive responsibility is only in a very limited field. So central office is a policy making body. It coordinates the other offices. Mainly it coordinates the activities of the various zones, and 20 confines itself to giving broad policy directions and decisions on interzonal matters. Investment policy and investing of funds in accordance with it are the sole responsibility of the central office. So, investment policies and investing of funds in accordance with it is the major duty, is the major responsibility of the central office. It formulates where should the funds at LIC to be invested. Why should there be invested? What are the consequences of it are to be studied, and the policies are formulated by the central office. In addition to formulation of underwriting standards, central office also does underwriting of proposal for large amounts, and the substandard lies beyond the authority delegated to the divisional offices. Submission of returns, etc., in accordance with statutory requirements is also the responsibility of the central office. So all statutory returns, submission of statutory returns, are the complete responsibility of the central office. Standardization of procedures and proformas or forms, drawing up to prospectus, premium rates, policy conditions, and making arrangements with regard to reinsurance are also looked after by the central office. So the central office sees the responsibility of formulating the procedures, framing the proformas or forms, preparing the prospectus, and premium rates, policy conditions of different kinds of policies. It also it has also been the responsibility of central office to conduct national publicity campaigns on a wide scale. So advertising the different policies, advertising the organization is also the responsibility of the central office. Inspection of various offices of the corporation, as also the financial internal audit of the branch, divisional, and zonal offices are the responsibility of the central office. So it audits all other three stages, three levels of organization. Financial audit is conducted by the central office at various levels. A research and statistics bureau has been set up and research on specific lines. In general, the policy decisions are made by the chairman, the executive committee, and the various committees already mentioned, who in turn report to the board. As we have seen, there are so many committees, various committees to look after to study the different issues regarding the life insurance. The committees submit the reports to the executive committee, and in it, the chairman and the executive committee members will take the decisions which are fruitful to the firm or organization, which are worthwhile and suitable for the organization, as well as the policyholders. At the central office, in addition to the chairman, there are two managing directors, three executive directors, a chief actuary, a chief of the investment department, a chief accountant, a chief of housing and mortgage department, a chief engineer, a chief law officer, and a chief internal auditor. So as we have known, there are 15 members of the body. One is the chairman. In addition to the chairman, these are all the personnel who have to be appointed. They are managing directors, executive council members, chief actuary, chief investment department, chief of accountant, chief of housing, chief of engineer, chief of law, chief of internal auditor, etc. The chief of the investment department has under him the investment department. The department is the in charge of actual day-to-day management of investment portfolio. There is a research wing attached to this department. The work relating to the investment committee is also looked after by the investment department. The chief investment is assisted by the Secretary Investment and the Secretary Investment Research. The Chief Investment also looks after the Mortgages Department. The Mortgages Department attends to work relating to loans and mortgage of property and loans under housing schemes. Yes, now the Actuarial Department is under the charge of the Chief Actuary and controls the actuarial work in all zones. Also keeps under constant review the underwriting methods and standards of the offices. It has also under it a central undertaking section for underwriting proposals for large amount and on substandard lives. The chief actuary has also under him the EDP department, the organization and methods department, and the claims section. The internal audit department is under the charge of the chief internal auditor. The principal function of the department is to make concurrent audit of the transactions of the corporation as recorded in the books of accounts of the various offices in the light of the administrative policy, standards, and procedures laid down for the purpose. Yes. Now, organization at zonal level. Each zonal office is in charge of number of divisions and has authority to execute divisions of corporation and to coordinate the working those divisions. Each zonal office must have to execute the decisions of the corporation and to coordinate the working of those divisions under it. It is a primary responsibility of the zonal office to ensure that uniformity of working is maintained and efficiency of these offices are kept at the highest level. The main function of the zonal office is to keep the uniformity among the branch offices and the other offices. And to maintain the highest level, efficiency of highest level. Briefly, the zonal offices have the following particular functions. They are discussed below. Yes, this is the actuarial department. Yes. Directions to divisional offices regarding the underwriting revival cases beyond divisional office level. Supervision and control over medical examiners appointment. They must supervise and the control over the medical examiners. Rules for medical examination and directions to the medical examiner. implementation of health propaganda and medical servicing schemes, statistical analysis of all the death claims. So all death claims should be analyzed and their payment details, maturity amount details, health status of the persons, and the medical certificates of the concerned claims, all those things, statistical analysis. Supply of premium, surrender value, etc., quotations to divisional officers in individual cases, and accounts department. The preparation of combined accounts for the whole zone. So zonal wise accounts should be maintained for the audit. Procedure for zonal office accounts. Maintenance of zonal office cash books and operation of zonal office bank accounts. Technical advice and directions to divisional offices on accounting problems. Naming the authorities for the divisional offices and branch offices under the financial powers. Budgetary control over the divisional and branch offices. Supervision over all mesh accounting operations at the zonal level. Next, development department. Development department, under development department, planning and implementation of development, periodical review of the business progress, organizational cost control over development officers, maintenance of service records for all salaried field staff and the zone, planning the rural development, etc., training of development personnel, supervision of training schools, arrangement for the publicity and the zone, including participation in exhibitions. So these are the functions of the zonal offices. Mainly here are actuarial department, accounts department, and development department. There are three departments at the zonal level, and shall move further. Now let us see the organization at divisional level. There are 100 divisional offices all over the India, which are under the charge of senior divisional managers and or divisional managers in different parts of the country. Development of organization, new business planning, and executing various new business drives, policyholders servicing, and underwriting of new business, as well as scrutiny and settlement of claims, are the primary functions of the divisional office. So, these 100 divisional offices are controlled by the senior divisional managers or divisional managers. Senior divisional managers and divisional managers supervise the divisional offices in different parts of the country. These divisional offices do that development of organization, new business planning, different types of new areas, new techniques, new policies formulation, and executing various new business drives. So these offices conduct, divisional offices conduct the business drives in different areas where there is a scope for the extension of the business, where there is less business of LIC, or where there is less awareness of the insurance, and motivating the people who are residing in such places. They conduct the business drives and get the new business. Policyholder servicing. These divisional offices render the services to the policyholders and underwriting of the new business. So sometimes if the new policies are introduced and these officers look after the underwriting, as well as the scrutiny and the settlement of the claims. They scrutinize the claims, whatever the policy it may be, whatever the claim it may be, but all the claims are scrutinized and settled the claims for the policyholders. So, new business planning, development of the organization, execution of the new business drives, policyholder servicing, underwriting the business, new business, settlement of claims are the primary functions of the divisional offices, which has liberal limits for underwriting purposes. The maintenance of accounts is, so far as the above are concerned, is also a main part of its functions. As we have seen earlier, some primary functions, the maintenance of the accounts related to the above mentioned aspects is also concerned to the one of the main functions of divisional offices. Each divisional office has the following organizations and functions. Yes. So already we have mentioned the functions. They are scrutiny of the settlement of the claims and the liberal limits for underwriting purposes, maintenance of the accounts, maintenance of the execution of the business drives, and the new business planning, and so on. Now, let us see the organization at the branch level. Yes. It is stretched all over the India, and 2048 branch offices are at present in our India under the control of various divisional offices. So it is the branch office is under the control of divisional office. Normally, a branch office is constituted on the basis of at least rupees 1 crore business during the financial year. The branch office must conduct the insurance business not less than 1 crore rupees in a year, in a financial year. Generally, the 32 branch offices have the major branch offices in India, and they perform some functions of equivalent to divisional offices. So the functions of the branch office level are through the insurance agents, they receive the proposals from the public, that is from the policy holders. They examine the details, they scrutinize the details, and they verify the medical certificate produced by the policy holder and the required addresses of the policy holder, and explain and educate the policy holders of different types of policies, terms, returns, claims, maturity amounts, etc. So they educate the people, thereby receive the proposals, and after examining all the details, they receive the initial premium from the policyholders. They forward those details to the division, and the policies are issued as per the guidelines of the divisional offices. And in the same way, they receive the applications for claims after the completion of the terms or at the time of risk or disability, and they inform all those details to the divisional offices, and thereby helping to the policyholders in the issues of claims or final payments or payments of maturity amount. So in this chapter we have seen the organizational structure of the life insurance corporation. As we know that it was started in the year of 1956, and it has 15 members committee. Among one is the chairman to it, and the remaining are the executive council members. The LIC has 4-tier structure. That is at central level, zonal level, divisional level, and branch level. At present, there are 7 zonal offices, 100 divisional offices, and 2048 branch offices all over India. The central office play the key role in formulating the policies, rules, and the laws of the corporation, and branch offices carry out almost 90% of the functions of the related to policy holders. So the zonal and the divisional offices or the mediators, they coordinate the branch offices and give the information and the developmental ideas to the central office. With this, I hope you have understood the organizational structure of Life Insurance Corporation of India. Thank you all.